Hello, this is Alfred's Adult Piano Course Lesson Book Level 1. And this video is Lesson 6, which covers page 11 in our book, the whole note. So a couple lessons ago, we learned about two other rhythms, the quarter note, which gets 1 count, and the half note, which gets 2 counts. So here we're going to talk about the whole note, which gets 4 counts. And you can see in the pink rectangle box there at the top of page 11, it says the whole note is a very long note. And it's true, this is one of, if not the longest rhythm you'll encounter on the piano. I have seen a dotted whole note, but it's quite rare, at least in piano music. So for now, just go ahead and consider that the whole note will be the longest held rhythm that you're going to encounter. And the visual difference between the whole note and all other notes is that it does not have a stem. So in fact, all other notes have stems, but a whole note does not. So below the box, you see an exercise, clap or tap the following rhythm. Clap once for each note, counting aloud. So like in the previous lesson when we dealt with rhythms, we're going to say 1 for each quarter note, 1, 2 for each half note, and 1, 2, 3, 4 for a whole note. So I'll demonstrate the exercise here. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can see in this exercise that the rhythms are divided into measures, divided by bar lines. And if you add up every measure, the total number of counts is 4. So I'm going to hold off on counting up to 4 in each measure for now, but in a couple lessons from now, we're going to be counting a little differently here on out. But for now, just want to make sure that we all realize a quarter note gets 1 beat, a half note gets 2 beats, and the newly introduced whole note gets a total of 4 beats or counts. So now we have a song, RLE, also made into the popular song Love Me Tender, which was sung by Elvis Presley. So the first step here is to clap or tap the rhythm, counting aloud. Now I'm only going to do the first line. If you look carefully, the only difference between the first line and the second line are the words, the lyrics. The notes, the fingering, the rhythms are exactly the same. So once you learn the first line, you've learned the second line. So like I said, I'm just going to clap or tap the rhythm. I'm going to clap it, counting aloud for the first line. Here it goes. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm sure you just recognize that it's the same rhythm as the rhythm exercise that we just did a few minutes ago at the top of the page. Now, step 2 says play and sing. I'm afraid I won't sing, so I'm going to say the finger numbers. Now, before we play, remember a few things. This is in bass clef, so we're using only our left hand to play this piece. This is the C position, so our pinky, our 5th finger, is down here on this C. 1 octave below middle C, which is right here. So we're going to go down here, an octave below. Remember to curve the fingers. The other 4 fingers are on D, E, F, and G. And now we're ready to play and say the finger numbers. 5, 2, 3, 2, 1, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2. Now I'm going to be honest, for a beginner just learning this for the first time, this can be very confusing thinking about fingering numbers when we just, for a moment ago, was concentrating on rhythmic numbers. So if you find yourself a little confused about that, it's okay because this is actually quite tricky. But the point of this piece right now is to learn and review several things that we encounter in all piano music: fingering, the notes, and of course the rhythms. So speaking of rhythms, number 3, now we're going to play and count. So again, don't get the counting numbers confused with the finger numbers, two totally separate things. All right, so left hand again. Just the top line, I'm going to play and count. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that was our rhythm. And lastly, it says play and sing the note names. Now I feel like that should have been the first example, because usually when you sit down and learn a piece of music, the first thing you want to focus on more than anything else is hitting the right notes. And a lot of times, yes, the fingering and the notes do go hand in hand. So I suppose number 2, play and sing the finger numbers. If you have the assigned fingering, then you'd get the right notes. But my point is, it's a little odd that they focus on the notes as the last thing. But here we go. We're going to play it and say the note names aloud. C, F, E, F, G, D, G, F, E, D, E, F. You'll notice that even though I was concentrating on saying the note names, I'm still trying my best to make sure that the rhythm is accurate. Evenness in the quarter notes, holding the half note for 2 counts, holding the whole note for 4 counts. So the last thing I want to do on this lesson is just play the whole piece through, both lines. I'm not going to say anything aloud. I just want you to hear both lines of RLE. So that covers lesson 6. The new thing we learned today was the whole note, which gets 4 counts and does not have a stem. So make sure you're comfortable with not only the whole note, but quarter notes and half notes, as well as the left hand playing in the bass clef.